How good will the Seattle Seahawks offense be this upcoming NFL season? We got to talk about it. I want to give a special shout out to the sponsor of this video, Manscaped. So Manscaped recently just launched their Lawnmower 4.0. And listen, if you are a guy who does a lot of shaving underneath, the Lawnmower 4.0 is the perfect tool for you because listen, my first time shaving a couple of months ago went terrible. I had a bunch of scrapes, I had a bunch of bruises, and I also had patches because I didn't finish the job. So when Manscaped sent me the Lawnmower 4.0, I used it, and I was a little bit scared, okay? Because I was like, I ain't trying to give myself patches and give myself injuries like I did last time, my first time shaving. But when I used the Lawnmower 4.0, let me tell you guys something. It was a easy process. I had no scrapes, no bruises. It was no pain. Listen, if you're a guy who does a lot of shaving underneath, make sure that you guys go ahead and cop the Lawnmower 4.0 using my promo code JT for 20% off plus free shipping off your Manscaped purchase. Once again, make sure that you guys use promo code JT for 20% off your purchase plus free shipping. Your balls will thank you. Last year, Seattle's offense was not all that great. It was really inconsistent and it was not efficient, which was a big reason why they decided to part ways with their offensive coordinator at the end of the year, and they brought in new offensive coordinator Shane Weldon, who was the passing game coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams previously. Another thing is that you had the drama with Russell Wilson at the start of the offseason, which sparked a lot of Russell Wilson trade rumors because Russell Wilson, I guess he wanted Seattle to improve the offensive line. And I understand where he's coming from because I was looking at Russell Wilson's numbers the other day, and I noticed that Russell Wilson has been sacked 40 times pretty much every single season but one, which I believe was 2012. So Seattle has not done the best job when it came to protecting Russell Wilson. But at the same time, I don't believe that all those sacks are strictly on the offensive line, because when you look at Russell Wilson's playing style, this is a guy who pretty much is a magician. He likes to run around, extend plays, and improvise. And oftentimes when you have quarterbacks that like to improvise, sometimes they end up holding on to the ball too long, trying to do too much, and they end up taking sacks. But when you look at the stat number, everybody's going to blame it on the offensive line. Now, Seattle's offense was not efficient at all last year. This was an offense that was too heavily dependent on having big plays in the passing game, and that's reflected by where they ranked in the NFL last year in terms of third down conversion percentage. They only converted on third down 38.42% of the time, which was the 27th worst third down offense in the NFL. Now, with new offensive coordinator Shane Weldon, I want to see how more efficient this offense is going to be this year compared to what it was last year. Now, the run game is still going to be there. You obviously have to account for Russell Wilson's ability to run with his legs, but you still have Chris Carson, you got Rashard Penny, you got Travis Homer, and you got DJ Dallas, who played in a couple of games when Seattle was depleted at halfback, and he was pretty solid at times. He was able to come in and contribute. Now, Seattle's offense is stacked when it comes to talent at the skill position, okay? They're loaded at wide receiver. This is one of the best wide receiver groups in all of football. You got DK Metcalf, you got Tyler Lockett, you got rookie Dwayne Eskridge out of Western Michigan, who I liked a lot. I wanted the Pittsburgh Steelers to draft him. This is a really good group of tight ends that he also have as well. This is one of the top 5 best tight end groups in all of the NFL. You got Gerald Everett, who had 417 receiving yards, a touchdown, and 41 receptions last year. Kobe Parkinson and Will Disley. So this is Seattle's offense. When it comes to their skill position, they're absolutely loaded. Now, the biggest question is going to be the offensive line. Now, we saw Russell Wilson and Seattle kind of have a little bit of a spat at the start of this offseason when Russell Wilson reportedly was unhappy with the offensive line. Seattle and him were kind of at odds, but it looks like that situation has been figured out now. It looks like they've come to a mutual understanding or whatnot. And then they ended up trading for offensive guard Gabe Jackson, which I think is definitely going to help out this offensive line a lot. Now, a guy who you guys need to write down is Stone Forsythe. Now, Stone Forsythe was drafted in day 3 of this past year's NFL draft by Seattle. Now, this guy is 6'8", 305 pounds. This guy literally is a brick wall. When he played for Florida, this dude was phenomenal in pass blocking. He was one of the best pass blocking offensive linemen in this draft class. But you may be like, JT, if he's so good like you make him out to be, why was he drafted so late? Well, he's a phenomenal pass blocker, but when it comes to run blocking, he's below average in that department, which is something that is really disappointing when you look at his size. This guy is what, 6'8"? This guy is a large human being. You think he would be way better in run blocking than what he was. So Stone Forsythe is definitely a guy I think could end up starting for Seattle sooner rather than later if he's able to improve his run blocking. I really like him a lot. Now, this offensive line, I don't really know how improved this is going to be, because every year we speculate how improved Seattle's offensive line is going to be, and we end up seeing the same thing every single year, similar to the Las Vegas Raiders defense. Every year we say the Raiders defense is going to be improved, or Raiders fans hope that their defense is going to be improved, and it ends up having the same result year in and year out. So hopefully, for Russell Wilson's sake, the offensive line can be better this year. I definitely think it could take a step in the right direction with the addition of Gabe Jackson there, and you still have left tackle Dwayne Brown, who's one of the best in the game, but that's just 2 spots out of 5 that you gotta look out for. So, okay, you got left tackle, you got guard, but what about your other guard spot? What about center? What about right tackle? So there's still a lot of question marks when it comes to Seattle's offensive line, and I definitely think that their offensive line will be a tad bit better with the addition of Gabe Jackson, but they're probably still going to most likely struggle. So offensively, I think the best way to minimize how many times Russell Wilson gets hit is that I think that Seattle should try to implement some more West Coast oriented philosophies in their offense. And I mean that by saying, get the ball out of Russell Wilson's hands quick, 3-step, boom, balls out, get him outside the pocket, get the ball out his hands quick, because I think that another reason why Seattle parted ways with their offensive coordinator is that he never really was good when it came to adjusting. His philosophies were kind of outdated. And I feel like with the new OC they have right now, I think like he should be able to update this offense and kind of, scheme with how the struggles that this offensive line has had over the years, and try to find more ways to get the ball out of Russell Wilson's hands faster. Maybe try to get some bubble screens, maybe implement more RPOs into Seattle's offense. Just some more ways to get the ball out of Russell Wilson's hands faster. Now, obviously, Russell Wilson's is going to take some sacks, so they're going to be strictly on him because him running around holding on to the ball longer than what he should be. But for Seattle, this offense should be pretty good this year, and I'm definitely expecting it to be better than what it was last year, because there were a lot of games where Seattle's offense just didn't look good at all. They looked out of sorts. Like I said, there needs to be more efficiency. I also feel like there's some more implementations that they can make into this offense to make it better and to minimize how many times their franchise quarterback Russell Wilson goes down and gets sacked. Because Russell Wilson, as phenomenal as he is, you're not going to end up having a pretty long career if you end up getting hit and getting sacked the amount of times he's been sacked. So I definitely feel like Seattle needs to implement some more things into that offense that can get the ball out of Russell Wilson's hands faster. Now, you guys let me know how good you guys feel Seattle's offense will be this year. Make sure that you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content, and thanks for watching.